my computer libraries, on my MP3s. And this poetry book is called Lines from a Mind, John Trudell. And this poem is called At Some Point. And I'll just introduce with that. At some point, there's no point. Always there's a choice about going through it. Strange ways at dressing the scene, torn between fighting and caring, becoming to costumes we're wearing. Someone's worried about looking good, caught up in what is misunderstood, all dressed up in the emperor's clothes, mirror on the wall. Who's fairest one of all, seeking respect in threads, some status heads, a dandelion wanting to be a rose, an old thought, dark ages reemerge, hidden behind the glow on neon light, alien thoughts dressing civilized. The day burns while the night cries for someone to remember, self-worth thieves stealing through the ages, ultimate space race, Star Wars soup lines, tribes in flight, brother, sister, gender combat, mechanical motion spoiling for a fight, all dressed up in the emperor's old clothes, space race, fantasy, grooming, dark thoughts. At some point, there's no point. Always there's a choice about going through it. I actually tried to write in John Trudell's style, sort of like modeling after haiku or tanka or something, kind of Native American style. So this one's called The Ghost of John Trudell. Insane explorations, exploring insanity. Lustful desire, desiring lust. Greed through selfishness, selfishness through greed. Killing the enemy of killing. War against them, they're against war. Separate realities, reality, separated. Romantically loving, loving romance. A tragic discovery, discovering that it's tragic. The search for truth, truthfully searching. Losing myself in you, you're lost in me. Forgetting it all, it was all forgotten. Indulging in sex, sexual indulgence. Sacrificing oneself, the self one has sacrificed. The origins of man, man's origins. Giving up to giving. The addict needs a fix, the fix needs an addict. Parallels a little bit one of Gary's poems. This is a little micro poem. It's kind of an anti-war poem. It's just called Clusterfuck. Clusterfuck up my butt. Thought I was being patriotic until I got blown up. Improvised explosive device. Those terrorists aren't nice, so stay out of the military. Take my advice. There's a lot of talk now about Muslims being subversive and this and that. And I don't know how many Muslims I know, and they all have different points of view. And I don't, but I think some people who are saying these things about Islam, they aren't really familiar with the Quran or what the Prophet Muhammad taught. So this kind of clarifies it in a psychedelic way. It's called When the Prophet Muhammad Turned Up in Colorado. I was so sick of all the news, especially about the stupid presidential campaign between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. And I was so sick of all the stupid, cliquish, snobbish assholes in Denver that I decided to escape from the world. So I found a secret cave high in the Colorado Rockies on a USGS topographic map. I bushwhacked over steep and slippery hills, and after a long, tough hike, I found the cave. When I walked in, I saw none other than the Prophet Muhammad sitting there with his beads. I said to him, "Hey, dude, Muhammad, what the heck are you doing here? Muslims don't believe in reincarnation, do they?" Muhammad replied to me sharply, "Moskowitz, who the hell told you that Buddhists are the only ones capable of reincarnation? The Dalai Lama? Don't you know that Allah is capable of all things?" I felt perplexed. What was the Prophet Muhammad doing here in Colorado with all these stoners? "Listen here, dude," I told him. "You're supposed to be in Arabia. That's what it says in the Quran." Muhammad was not discouraged in the slightest by my arrogance. To him, one cave was just the same as another. Colorado, Arabia, what difference does it make? All these categories were created by human beings, not Allah. So then he continued, pointing his finger at me while preaching, "Mr. Moskowitz, this entire world is globalized. Do you think that I don't know about the internet? Where do your shoes come from? China, I suppose. I told people to seek wisdom as far away as China, but I didn't tell them to go to China to buy their shoes. Either sit in peace and pray with me, or go on your way so I can pray in this cave in peace." Well, I felt that the Prophet Muhammad had a valid point about globalization and Chinese shoes. So I sat and prayed with him, but eventually, in the relaxing atmosphere of that cool human cave, I fell asleep. When I woke up, the Prophet Muhammad was gone. I wondered if I had actually seen him or I had experienced some sort of hallucination. Of course, differentiating between reality and a hallucination is just another arbitrary category. I guess that's what the Prophet Muhammad was trying to tell me. And, this final poem, I know a lot of people are very concerned that Donald Trump was elected president of the United States. And this is definitely the worst case scenario. Just be forewarned, just in case it actually happens. It's called Auschwitz II. On Saturday, November 21st, 2017, the day after the inauguration of President Donald Trump, I heard a firm knock on my door at 7 a.m. This is the FBI, Mr. Moskowitz. They said, open up this door now. We're going to take you away. When I opened the door, I asked the FBI agents, officers, I haven't broken any federal law, have I? They responded, this ain't got nothing to do with the law, Jew boy. The problem is your goddamn big mouth. Put on these handcuffs, you're coming with us. So I went downstairs from my condo unit and got into the FBI Jeep. We drove east out of Denver through Aurora and out onto the plains. The Jeep got off the freeway and began going on remote country roads. Finally, we reached the remote complex, surrounded by barbed wire. I asked the officers, where am I? Where is this? What is this place? Where have you taken me? The lead officer responded gruffly, this is Auschwitz II, Jew boy. This is where we take loudmouth dissenters like you. Then the second officer, the little guy, piped in, don't worry, we ain't gonna waterboard you like them Muslims. We're just gonna fry you up like Hitler did. Ain't no reason to fret, Jew boy, it'll be quick. I became really alarmed with what these FBI agents were saying. They were really gonna incinerate me alive because the remarks I made in support of the demonstrators in Standing Rock, North Dakota on Facebook. I knew that was why they wanted to kill me. I became hysterical. What about my wife, officers? What about her feelings, her grief? The big FBI agent responded calmly, don't worry, after you're incinerated, we'll send your